Welcome to Lunchtime Detroit Lions Talk. It's brought to you by Lions Nation Unite, Prowl Nation. Today we're going to talk about trades. The trade deadline is fast approaching. What will the Lions do and what do we think they might do? Also, we're going to look at the Eagles and Detroit Lions game. We're going to have defensive outlook, the offensive outlook, at X factors for the game. But before we go into all those things, we got to bring in my main man, the man of steel himself, Curt Steele.
What up, dude? Welcome to the show, people. You know who we are. We are Detroit Lions on the Prowl. Your home for Detroit Lions news and rumors. You know what it is, baby. You know you got to get on this bus, Gus. We're on this ride to 3,000. So go ahead and join us. Just click the subscribe button. Like my man Jim always asks me, how free is it, Curt? It's free, free 99 and 50 free cent free. But before we get into this content, it's time to bring in the coolest man on the panel. The ladies love him. My man, LL Cool Torrance. What's up, my guy?
What's up? What's up? Good morning, Proud Nation.
Let's get this thing started
right now.
Let's go.
Let's go, Proud Nation.
Get up, and on the way up, we're going to buy the kneecap off.
Yes, sir. We in the deep.
Welcome back to the show, Prowl Nation. And right now we're going to talk about trades and rumors and what we're going to do before the deadline. We're going to kick it over to my main man, Curt Steele.
All right, so we got to give some love to our guys over there at Proud of Detroit. You know, they've compiled a list from all the other sites that have these trade scenarios for the Detroit Lions and what we might do. I'm going to give you a couple, and then we're going to just rotate out. All right, first up, we got Trey Flowers trading Trey Flowers to the Kansas City Chiefs. Now, this is one of those scenarios where they may have the cap space to take on that big contract, and he may fit their scheme. The biggest thing is that he accounts for $20 million, with over half of that already paid for this season. So, I mean, we'll look at that. Can the Chiefs afford that? We don't know. We got two young guys that can really back him up if he decides to. We decided to trade him. If you look at Julian Okwara, Austin Bryant, they're finally healthy and playing. So we have the ammunition to trade him. I think he fits better over there in that scheme anyway. He doesn't fit right now in the Lions scheme with what they're asking him to do. Next up, we have edge rusher Charles Harris to the Chiefs. Now, this may be more financially advantageous to the Chiefs. I wouldn't want to see him go just because of based on how well he's playing right now. But if you look at Charles Harris, he's doing a good amount of work in Detroit. He's kind of really resurrected his career right now, you know, with sacks and pressures. The guy's doing really good. So I like him in Detroit right now. And the last, but certainly not least, for your man, Curt Steele, we got Tracy Walker to the Colts, and I'm like, hell to the nizzo, dog. But I don't want to see Tracy Walker go anywhere. He's playing the best he had in his career right now. It's a contract year for him, but I think he's finally in the defense where he can really succeed, and he can do the things that he did in college. And this was the thing that made him stand out when he was down at Louisiana Lafayette. But it's one of those things where why would you trade away, you know, one of your best defensive players? I know he has issues in coverage, but he's been lighting up as a box safety this year, one of the highest rated safeties in the league. And why would you get rid of him right now? That makes no sense. But I know the Colts need help on their back end. But hell, if we get rid of him, I don't know what we do at safety anyway. I mean, I can't see why that scenario wouldn't make sense to us.
Right. I got Nick Williams to the Chargers, and this would be we would have to give up Williams and a 7th round pick, and we'd get a 6th round pick in return. I don't like the return for it, but I don't hate the trade. To be honest, I think Aleem McNeil and Levi Onwuzurike should be starting now that the season's over. Nick Williams is probably not going to be back next year anyway. I would assume that just an assumption, but I don't know that. But yeah, I'm this is actually one deal I don't hate, but I don't exactly love. I really don't. I think that why mess with it if you're only going to get a 6th and give up a 7th? I don't think that makes much sense to me. Here's one that really makes no sense. LionsTrade offensive tackle Taylor Decker to the Steelers. Okay, some moron wrote this. I don't know who. Bleacher Report, Brent Sobieski or something. And yeah, this is the dumbest thing I've ever heard. Here's the reason why. Number one, the dude is injured. He can't trade injured players. He probably wouldn't pass their physical anyway. That's the first thing. Second thing, why do we trade talent? We said this a lot in this show. Trade talent to dig a hole, to find more talent. We have Penei Sewell. Then now you got to find a right tackle. Matt Nelson, isn't it? I don't know. It looks like they're offering a second round pick is what it looks like to me. And I still don't, that's not worth it in my book. So we got wide receiver N'Keal Harry from the Patriots. This was a guy we could have gotten free agency and decided not to. So yeah, we should make a trade for him now. That makes perfect sense. Oh my goodness. This is dumb too. It's the same Bleacher Report writer that wrote the last stupid thing. So the Lions are searching for receivers right now, but they're not going to win anything this year anyway. Anything that we have to trade for and give up draft picks, I think is stupid unless that person is young and he fits in the system. And, I don't know. I don't view N'Keal Harry as a number 1, 2, whatever. So I don't think this is a good trade either. Just my opinion, folks. Don't crucify me for it.
And I believe, to me, N'Keal Harry was a reach by the Patriots.
Mm-hmm.
That was the first kind of reach pick that they had in that. And he's never came to fruition. The guy's never really had that. It's kind of like the Okuda thing where he's never kind of lived up to his draft position.
Right.
And I was drafted in the first round. It's like, why did you draft this guy? And you usually don't see that from Bill Belichick and company where they kind of reach for a player. Yeah, I know he was rated high in college. I get what you're saying. What they say LL, but it's, to me, I still think he was a kind of a reach guy for the Patriots.
I'm still trying to find Trinity Benson.
They don't draft wide receivers in the first round.
Right.
Go ahead, Jim.
I'm still trying to find Trinity Benson, who we took two picks for.
Right.
If we're still searching for wide receivers, why don't we look for the one we already gave up a couple picks for?
This is very true.
Right.
I feel you on
that's my point with a lot of these things. We kind of already gave up some of the draft capital I would like to, I would have moved. But the next two that I have here, we have Lions acquired quarterback Tua Tagovailoa from the Dolphins, or as my brother likes to call him, Stewie Staglava. Because he can't say his name at all.
Love it.
But they say they have here terms of the trade, no compensation suggested. And the last one that we have on this list would be the Lions acquired cornerback Noah Igbenamani, if I'm pronouncing that correctly, from the Dolphins. And they say we would send a 7th round pick to Miami for him.
That's the only one I think I might think about. I don't even, do we even have a 7th round pick anymore?
For a 7th, I would. For a 7th,
depends on what year it is.
Yeah.
Yeah. For a 7th, I would.
I don't like giving up draft capital, but this kid's 21 years old, and I don't know.
For a 7th round,
and his name fits our team.
Yes, we have a lot of Nigerians on this roster already, so he kind of fits in with the crew.
It does.
And I just maybe I'm just drinking the Aubrey Pleasant made Kool-Aid, but I got faith in them guys. I think because he had some promise coming out of college and things like that. I just remember some of the stuff that the draft pundits were saying. So he showed some promise. I think that coming over with our coaching staff, we might can make something out of. I like that. That's the one that I like the most out of all of these. For a 7th round pick to get that guy, I like that.
Yeah, it makes sense. We have depth issues right now at cornerback position. I mean, I think we pulled out a guy from the parking attendant. We took his last place for him and said, go out there and play corner for us right now because we dial people. But
need to start searching Walmart.
Yeah, you just looking at the depth that of all these trade scenarios. I think that one makes the most sense for an incoming player. For me, outgoing, who I would like to see go. If we can get his contract off the books this year, definitely will be Trey Flowers. Me
too. So I'm going to ask you guys a question. All right, we'll start with Curt. Do you think the Lions are going to be buyers, sellers, or they're going to stand pat this year before the trade deadline?
I think they're going to be sellers.
Okay. LL?
I think we might buy a little and sell a little. Like I think we
Ooh.
might make a trade for that for Noah Igbenamani, and maybe the one that I really don't want to see, but I think that's probably what will happen if they actually want that is the Colts. I think they'll trade Tracy Walker to the Colts for that second round pick. I think that's not a bad trade outside the fact that I want Tracy Walker to stay here.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I think they stand
They
pat.
have the most to gain. They have them. Oh, yeah, I like that, Jim. Stay pat.
I think they do.
Why do you think that? You think
I don't think we're going to get anything to assist with this year, and I don't think we're going to find trade partners for some of the people because they're injured. I don't think Trey Flowers passes a physical either with that knee. So he's playing, but different staffs have different criteria for them passing a physical. So there's that. I don't think the same reason that I don't think the left tackle Taylor Decker is going to get traded, because I think he won't pass a physical. So I don't think they're going to be healthy enough in time to be able to trade those guys. I don't think they trade Tracy Walker. I really don't. I think they like him a little too much. And who's the other guy to go get that guy? That may be a trade they do, but it may be. Yeah. That's the only one I could really see, happening.
Just for the depth. I like your synopsis of that, Jim. It's just one of those things where I think I agree with you on the injury front, because you look at that. Are you gonna take on this huge contract for a guy who can't even pass a physical? And that's where we may fall short of trading anyone out.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm not sold that Decker is that hurt, but we're not gonna explore that option though.
Yeah, and the only thing with Tracy, the Colts have the most capital to give up for a player. So that's the one thing with that Tracy Walker deal is like they have a stack amount of draft picks, and they have a really big I guess cachet of cash. So they got a lot of cap room, so they can go ahead and make that trade. And they may want to like trade and sign where they trade for him and then sign him to a big extension because he's due for a contract anyway. So I hope not. I like Tracy Walker though.
Yeah, right.
No, I don't like him as much as you do, but I think he is our number one safety right now, just because of lack of anybody else on the roster. But he is the number one. Who starts that? Will Harris or Marlowe or somebody? And I don't like that idea at this point. But we'll see. If we get a second for him, though, I don't know. I might do that, but because this year's gone anyway. Yeah. All right. Family discussion topic. I'm going to ask you guys the same thing I just asked our guys. What do you think the Lions are going to do at the trade deadline? Are they going to be buyers, sellers, both, or stand pat? What do you think they're going to do? So that's my thing today. Man, we are so close to that 3,000 mark. If you could hit that subscribe button, if you haven't already, would really help us up. Like the video, share the video with new people so that we can have more people to subscribe to the channel to get to that 3,000 mark that we're shooting for right now. Really appreciate that. And Curt, do you have anything else to add to that?
Yeah, definitely. While you're out there on the internet today and you need some precision tools for your family jewels, go over to manscaped.com and put in the code DLOTP for 20% off your order and free worldwide shipping. That's DLOTP over there at manscaped.com and get that kit for your manly bits. All right, now it's time for our defensive outlook for this game versus the Philadelphia Eagles. Jim, how do you see the outlook for the game on for Aaron Glenn's group?
I'm telling you, Aaron Glenn's group's been playing well. Philadelphia doesn't run the ball especially well. They're not real happy with their coaching staff and everything either. So I think we got a shot at these guys. The tougher part is going to be defending the pass. But if we get pressure, which we preach every single week, I think Jalen Hurts is going to have a hard time with us. I really do. If Matt Stafford, I'm going to say we actually did pretty well against him, even though he kind of torched us just a little bit. But this defense is getting better every week, and I'm hoping that because of pressure, because of better linebacker play, I'm hoping from Derek Barnes in this game. For me, this is a game we can win, and I think our defense is better than their offensive line, or that's going to be a big matchup right there. Huge matchup. Their O-line versus our D-line, that is going to be a huge matchup, and it probably will dictate what happens in the game. Because if they allow pressure with us with only 3 or 4, with only 4, because we generally rush 4 when we're just rushing. But yeah, I think that we could win this game. And I think it's based right there in the trenches for us. Our cornerback play, Jerry Jacobs, hopefully he shows up again and has a great game. But this game in particular, I think we need to stop the pass. Well, I've been saying every week, we need to stop the run. We need to stop the run. These guys really don't run the ball a whole lot. They're not very successful at it either. So I think we get pressure on the way to the ball to the quarterback. I think, that'll stop the run anyway, but I think we really need to get pressure on Jalen Hurts.
Yeah, I agree with that 100%. You bring an extra pass rusher. You bring that linebacker on a blitz.
Anzalone does real well.
Anzalone. So yeah, I agree with that. Get pressure on Jalen Hurts. Definitely.
Yeah. I think this is a good matchup for our defensive line, our front seven. Their offensive line is not playing that well. The only thing, one other thing, they don't run the ball at all, really. Jalen Hurts is their leading rusher. So he might get hurt us. So as long as, if that's what it's going to be, like, let us pick, I guess, maybe pick how we want to let him hurt us if he's going to hurt us. And rather we want him running or throwing the ball. But I like this matchup of our defense against their offense. I think there's some things that we could take advantage of. I think we will.
Yeah, for sure. For sure.
Definitely. Hey, if you like the video, hey, we're on that march of 3,000. So like the video, share the video, comment on the video. Hey, what I'm saying? We need you right here to be a part of the Prowl Nation family. And it's all love right here on Detroit Lions on the Prowl. And it's free. It's free. If you need more free, you can go out in the backyard and just pick up some grass because it's free too. So, so it's time to go ahead and look at the offensive outlook. So my man, LL, let's take a look at how we match up against the Eagles defense.
Well, I believe I've said it here before, to use a boxing analogy, styles make fights. I really, really, really like our offensive line matchup against their defensive line. They got a big guy over there, Jason Hargrave. He's leading their team with 6 sacks, from the defensive tackle position. That's one guy that we will have to pay attention to. But I like the strength of our offensive line against him. Our guards are playing okay. If he lines up over Evan Brown, I got faith in him. If he try, the only weakest, though, of course, the weakest spot that we have is our right tackle, but he's been getting help too. Matt Nelson hasn't been a sieve, as they call it. Like, he ain't been as bad as Jeff Beck as it was in former years, like just letting guys run right past. So I just really like our matchup against their defense this year, or this game. A lot of people are, saying, well, you got to make sure you watch out for Slade, big play Slade. Yeah, okay, maybe, but good thing is we don't really throw the wide receivers anyway, so we ain't got to worry about him. We're really gonna put their linebackers to work. I've seen too many things this week, and that's one of the trades that I'm glad that we didn't talk about, because I don't want to happen. But a lot of people are suggesting that we trade DeAndre Swift because he's the leading receiving running back in the league. All his numbers are astronomical in that category. So I think he's going to have a good game. I think what a Swag Against 50 show should have a pretty decent game. Both of them can catch the ball out the backfield. I think they'll both get some shots. Every week I've said we need to target Hawk. So this week I'm not going to say it, and maybe it'll happen. So I done said it a couple of times. I really like our matchup against their defense, especially our offensive line against their defensive line in front seven. But I hope this just doesn't turn on me.
Yeah, I agree with that synopsis. You need to make sure that we get that Swifty and Swaggy show on the go. You look at that, keep pounding that rock with my man Jamal Williams. Jamal, that needs to have a big game, and you mix in with the Swifty and come on those explosive plays out of the backfield, catching the ball. They can do some damage. You know what I'm saying? If we kind of stick with the game plan that we had last game, but we have to get them more involved once we get inside the red zone, and get them, we're running the ball down there inside the 20 and getting some tough yards on the ground, and come away with points in the red zone. So that's my thing. I think that, like Jim always says, 20-20, we're good, but we got to punch it into the end zone, and that's going to be the biggest thing for us going up against those, and we just don't have a good. What do you call that? I've never seen Jared Goff throw a fade, like, ever.
Nope.
Like, never. And we have the guys that can catch fades. You have a Darren Fales. You have a TJ Hawkinson down in the red zone. Big body guys who can catch those big fade routes. And I just don't see him being able to throw it. So we got to get them on the ground and punch it into the end zone with my man Jamal Williams.
Looking at the offense, I think we need to run the ball effectively. We still need to use screens. But my big thing is stay out of 3rd and Goff. I mean, don't put it in his hands. 3rd down and 5 or more yards is 3rd and Goff. If you guys don't know, anything that relies on him to get a first down, unless he can check it down and have someone else run it, and
Right.
turns into a first down. That's really the only way that he does it. He has a few passes for first down, but not very many, especially in the red zone. We need to do some screens in the red zone. We need to do some counters in the run game, maybe even a pitch play, something to just take it out of Goff's hands. Because if it's in his hands and I'd have no confidence in him whatsoever. Just none.
I got good faith in that though. They are giving up 133 rushing yards a game.
Yes.
Only 4.1 an attempt though. That's, as long as we keep pounding it, I think we have some success. And I done said it 100 times, and I pray that I'm not jinxing this, but I really like our offensive line chances against their defensive line.
I have to agree with you on that. Definitely. Hey, you know what I'm saying? You know what? If you like our content, you want more content from us, go over to DetroitLionsOnTheProwl.com and check that out with some great articles over there as well. And while you're there, click on that link for LionsOnTheProwlShop.com. I'm rocking that kneecap biters shirt on a Thursday. Jim's rocking that Lions on the Prowl family shirt. So go over there and check it out. LionsOnTheProwlShop.com. Get yourself some Prowl Nation gear over there. And if you want to hang out with us outside of the show, go over to Lions Nation Unite. All the content creators, your favorite ones are over there for the Detroit Lions. You can just hang out, meet more Lions fans from around the globe. I just got hooked up with the guys from the UK over there, the Aurora of the Lions UK. They're over there on that app as well. So you want to be international with the Lions fandom, go over there and check it out on Lions Nation Unite. Now it's time for the X factors for this game coming up on offensive side of the ball. It has to be DeAndre Swift. He has to go in and really take control of this game where he can really hurt people just out in space. And I think he has the ability to do that. Their linebackers aren't good in coverage at all. He could definitely exploit that matchup. They may have to run Slay over there to him or something because he can torch them in the passing game. If you look at an honorable mention for me, has to be Khalif Raymond. That guy is a yak king. So you get him the ball in space as well, and he can make some big plays for our offense. Over on the defensive side of the ball, has to be our linebacking core. Mix up that pass rush with those linebackers. Send Jalen Reeves-Maven, send Anzalone, send Derek Barnes, send the kitchen sink at my man Jalen Hurts, and just really disrupt his timing. You see how it worked against Matthew Stafford, even though he did get us for some, but we did disrupt him with the multiple looks when you have stacking that line of scrimmage with multiple blitzers and you don't know who's coming on what play. So those are my X factors for the game. Blitz Jalen Hurts with the linebacking core, and Swifty and Swaggy Swift and my man, the little guy. What I'm saying? Jim said it's hard to find him on the field, but you can see him when he's making big plays. My man, Khalif Raymond. So what do you guys think? LL, who's your X factors for this game on the offensive defensive side of the ball?
Offensive side of the ball, I'm going to say the group protecting everybody, the offensive line. Evan Brown has been playing well. Panay Sewell and Jonah Jackson has been playing well. And Matt Nelson, he's been what he's been, but he ain't been the worst thing that we've seen here. I really think that I really like our chances. I think those guys just need to go forward. They need to, push, use the strength that they do have. I like when we do run it, most of the time when we got guys pulling around and kicking around, watching guys around, pushing them over. Do that, of course. So the offensive line facilitates the pass game and our run game. That's my X factor offensively. Are we giving defense or just offense?
Go ahead. Defense.
Go ahead. And defense, I want to see J.O. get off. I think he's heating up. He's I don't know if he's had a sack in every game in all of the last few games. I know he's been back there a lot pretty much every single game that he's been getting playing time, man, you see 99 flashing around in the backfield. So let's see if he can get more than 1 sack. If this is one of those prop bets, if it's plus 1 sack, I will go for it. Maybe he can get 1.5 or 2 this week.
Oh, he's taking the over on the sacks for J. That's what I'm talking about.
I like
Jim,
that.
what you got, man?
On the offensive side of the ball, I have Jared Goff, and here's my reasoning. I think you cannot lose the game for us again and again and again. Seriously, he has to manage the game a lot better than he has. He has to look to his second and third reads. I know there is a third read out there. I'm just letting you know, so you know. But really, hand the ball off. Throw effective screen passes, manage the game. That's all we need you to do. And don't make mistakes. Don't throw an interception in a critical situation. Don't fumble the ball in a critical situation. Don't throw it away on 4th down. There's these little simple things that you can do to help us not lose. And so I'm Jared Goff is my X factor for the offense. Honorable mention for the offense is going to be Jamal Williams. Jamal Williams has to get off too. That dude runs very, very hard, and he can wear down that defensive line. He goes and he's out to hit people. Swift is out to hit people too. But I think Jamal Williams, man, he's a shot out of a cannon when he runs the ball. I love that about him. So I'm going to give him my honorable mention. On defense, I'm looking for a Lee McNeil. I want to plug that middle. I want to get to the quarterback and leave him no place to move up in the pocket when we try to rush him from the edges. He needs to clean that middle up. And also, a guy I'm looking to step up on the defense is going to be Levi Onwuzurike this game. I want him to be the disruptor that he was touted to be. He's been getting better, but I want to see those two just come in and wreak havoc. That's what I want to see. Push that quarterback so when he moves up in the pocket, there's a sack.
Yeah, definitely. I'm liking that. And one thing I forgot to mention, which is my overall X factor, has to be we have to continue to stay aggressive with the play calling on all 3 phases of the game: offense, defense, special teams. Stay aggressive and still be that crazy. Watch out. Those guys are a crazy team, and we can do that by staying aggressive with our play calling. Dan Campbell and company, and old Fippy over there, Fippy and Foxy. The other crew.
That's
I'm saying they can do their thing along on the special teams. With Swifty and Swaggy, we got Foxy and Fippy over there on the special teams. So, but now it is time to all aboard. Choo choo. It's time for the pain train. We'll look at the practice injury reports for the Detroit Lions. We got my man T.J. Hockenson. Man, I think he broke his own ankle because he's out with an ankle and knee injury, limited in practice yesterday. We have the phenomenal one, A.J. Parker, back sooner than they thought with the neck injury. He did practice. He was limited yesterday. Trey Flowers, along with that knee. That's the reason why we probably can't trade this dude right now. Limited as well. DeAndre Swift, they're still going to limit him. I think this is going to be an ongoing thing with him.
All
with that
season.
groin injury. I just think that they're just being cautious with him during practice time. And I think that's the coaching staff knowing that a groin injury can be nagging, and they just want to keep him healthy throughout the week. And then we got the big fella, the fullback, Jason Kabenda. He was a full go this week because he had that dip in his hip, but he is definitely a full go yesterday at practice. Let's look at the Philadelphia Eagles. What you got, my man?
Philadelphia Eagles have J.J.R. I don't know what that pronounce that name. Whiteside. He has a back injury and did not practice. So there's a wide receiver down. Fletcher Cox hurt his rest. No, I'm kidding. He's just resting as a veteran. He had no practice just because he's down with rest. But this could be a big injury here. Javon Hargrave, defensive tackle, shoulder, did not practice on Wednesday. We'll have to track his progress as we go along. Anthony Harris, safety, thumb and groin. I don't want to go there. No practice. Zach McPherson, he's a cornerback, hamstring. He didn't practice either. Boy, they've got a long list. This is a huge one too. Miles Sanders, their running back, ankle and foot, did not practice. Devonta Smith, wide receiver, a throat injury, didn't practice. So Jack Anderson, their center guard, hamstring, he was limited in practice. Lane Johnson, he also hurt his rest. and he was limited in practice. No, he's just resting. No big deal with him. He's going to play. Jason Kelsey, center, foot rest. I don't think he hurt his foot rest. I think what happened here is his foot is hurting and they just rested him. He's going to play. Ryan Kerrigan, another defensive end, groin injury, limited in practice. He'll probably play. So those are your injury reports from the Philadelphia Eagles.
Yeah, definitely. I think they had James Brown over there, you know what I'm saying? Because they got to get up on the good foot with all these foot injuries.
For real.
For that team.
That's funny.
It's just one of those things where, hey,
that was good.
They got to get up on the good foot with those injuries.
Oh, man.
But now it's time for us to do what? Oh, we got to talk about Superdraft. Now I'm gonna try this one more time again today. I'm gonna put the link in we're gonna put the link in the description so you can play your man Curt still. We've been having some issues with that link. But we're gonna try to get it a good working one to you. If you want to just reach out to me in the comments if you want to play against me in Superdraft, and I'll send you the link directly so we can get that thing going. You want to get this work from your man Curt Steele on Superdraft, go ahead and let me know. Shoot me a message, but we will try to post a working link again today for the show. But it's time to zip our lip and talk about what you had to talk about on last show with the comment cards. Jim, you up first.
RV jackpot. We have to go defense. Oh my goodness, this is so much better than yesterday. Best way to help a struggling offense is to shorten the field either by turnovers or stops. The best way to help a young defense is a good running game. They have to be built this year. Takes time, family. Let God bless. And you know what? God bless this comment because it's absolutely true. To all the people out there that say we have to build the offense and we need a receiver, we need this, we need that. No, we need to build defense. We need to build the defense. We need to have a Baltimore Ravens defense, Chicago Bears monsters of the midway type defense. And then let's build the skill positions and stuff. We're almost there right now. And we've got a bunch of, people from Walmart and stuff like that. I'm not, probably not, but I'm just saying a lot of our guys wouldn't even start on another team. And look what we're doing, man. I mean, we're holding our own, really. We're 0-7, but still holding our own. Wait till we get talent on this defense. Watch out.
I remember I thought I had a good nickname for whichever group was the toughest, whether offensive line or defensive line. I was like the Blue Meanies. And Kurt looked at me like, okay. And it
that was the offensive line. Yeah, I was like this. Yeah, no.
But I like it, man. I like it, especially if they actually pretty good. But Steve-O, maybe from the MTV franchise says, I don't know if Jacobs is a star in the making, but he's at least solid depth and good special teams. Jacobs and Parker are great fans, and they are making the most out of their opportunities. I agree with that second part. I like Jerry Jacobs, man. I would like to see as far as he can go. I want to see him make it to the mountaintop.
Yeah, definitely. I think with the tutelage of my man, the Flintstone himself, Mr. Aubrey Pleasant, I think he can go far, definitely in this scheme. All right, we got Ben's brother. We got Ben Diesel. His nickname on the team is Crazy Jerry. Talking about Jerry Jacobs. He said, laugh out loud. If that's not a Dan Campbell and Brad Holmes type of guy, I don't know what is. You know what? I agree with you on that.
Crazy
that guy
Jerry.
He plays with his hair on fire. I mean, he just does. I mean, if he's Crazy Jerry and he making plays, I'll take all those crazy. Watch out, that's a crazy dude. I agree with that 100%.
Yeah, I'd like to get a bunch of these guys, and just have all the inmates going in the same direction.
Right. Friend of the show, the law firm, Joseph Murdoch says, there's so much to look forward to, there's so much to look forward with the draft, or to look forward with the draft. With the picks they have, they can truly turn this team around for real. Mm-hmm. I agree 100%, man. I'm a big draft guy anyway. I get excited. I start writing stuff down, keeping notes on my phone, and saving all types of links on people, start watching videos on people. So I'm excited, man. I can't wait.
I can't either. This team is going to be good going forward. It's not right now, but Drew Lamb says, I'd love to see Okuda and Jerry Jacobs and Awarie and whomever and however you spell it. I understand that, into a dominating force in the secondary. Pair them with Thibodeau, a first pick, and maybe some other key moves on defense. I can see our defense keeping our offensive coordinators up also other offensive coordinators up all every Saturday night. I'm just kind of paraphrasing there. And by the way, whatever happened to Coach Mike Jones? Mike Jones had to take a job, and it interfered with the time that we, our show is taped at 6 a.m. and he has to be at work at 6. So that's what happened. Nothing bad there. I would love Mike and love to see him come back if we could. I don't know how that would work yet, but that would be great. But I don't know about Okuda, but Jerry Jacobs and Owarie, that looks good to me.
Yeah.
Shout out to Coach Mike.
Yeah.
Shout out to Coach Mike. Yes, absolutely.
What up, though, Coach Mike? All right. And good luck to those Jackson Northwest Mounties over there.
Yes.
He's coaching hard over there,
Right.
over there in with the high school. And shout out to the next and the last comment, which is coming from Kazoo Man. I used to mess with him. I used to call him Kazoo Man. Kazoo Man says Jacobs is a keeper. I believe that 100%, my guy. We gonna do that. I think Jerry Jacobs is a keeper. I think that was one of those draft picks from Brad Holmes. That was one of those diamond in the rough type of guys where he just kind of, let me look at this, look at the tape on this guy. Oh, this guy got some intangibles. If I pair him with Aubrey Pleasant, we're going to make some things happen. And I think that's what we're doing. Him and AJ Parker are definitely some standout young players in our defense.
Yeah, man. I'm telling you what, I think this team will be something. And I think they're going to be a lot, especially if Dan Campbell gets talent. I think this is going to be a really good team going forward, but it's just not going to be this year, guys. Now it's time for my favorite part of the show. It's the dessert with my man, Curt.
All right, the dessert with your man Curt is brought to you by Delightful Bites, custom cookies and desserts for any occasion. We got the football special still going on. You get 4 cookies that are helmets, 4 logos, and 4 footballs of your favorite team for $35. You can go ahead and click the link in the description to go to our Facebook page or delightfulbites18@gmail.com if you don't have Facebook. But it's one of those things where you got to highlight one of the best players in the league right now. And it has to be the Angry Runs winner from last week. It's got to be my man, Swifty. DeAndre Swift is killing the league right now. I mean, for real. He's leading the league in receptions with 42 by running back and receiving yards at 391 yards. You look at the NFC Player of the Week last week for offense. It was 179 scrimmage yards from my man Alvin Kamara down there in New Orleans. He had 128 receiving and 51 rushing. If you look at the comparable, you look at DeAndre Swift, 144 total scrimmage yards against the Rams, 97 receiving, 48 yards rushing, and a touchdown. He had less receptions. He only had 8 receptions. Kamara had 10. I mean, that's comparable numbers. If you compare Swift to Alvin Kamara, that's a really, really big comparison. If you look at the production, Alvin Kamara is one of the best guys in the league at all-purpose yards. And if you're putting Swift in that category where he's doing that production this year, man, he could be definitely be one of the key pieces going forward. And I like the fact that he's finally, healthy, and we nursing that groin injury. But I just have to spotlight one of the best players we have on our teams, who's becoming one of the best, or not, if not the best, pass catching running back in the league right now. And I said this probably late last year, early this year, who he started to remind me of, and he's starting to remind me of a bigger version of a Marshall Faulk, because Marshall Faulk wasn't big as DeAndre Swift because he wasn't that stocky. But DeAndre Swift is one of those guys who can be a game changer, and I'm liking the fact that we have him here in Detroit, and we keep him healthy. I don't want to let him go off this roster if we can keep him as long as we can. And that's your dessert with your man Curt. Brought to you by Delightful Bites. Delightful Bites. Get your cookie on.
Yeah, final thoughts for today. We have, starting on Monday, a live show. We will still have this show, but it's the Roar at 4. And make sure you join us for all the breaking news that goes on during the day, and just to hang out with some people and talk Lions football. That's what's going to happen there at the Roar at 4 tomorrow. Free for All Friday, and you know how much fun that is. It's a blast. If you haven't come to the party yet, come have some fun with the Detroit Lions talk that we're going to have tomorrow on Free for All Friday. Also, final thoughts today. Good show, guys. Really appreciate both of you guys. And man, that's it from me for today. I'm good.
Yeah. Great show. I really like this one. Final thoughts. Well, just to comment on that, man, you have no idea how much I like that Marshall Faulk comparison. Marshall Faulk was one of my all-time favorite sports players, and just in general, man, oh man. But of course, big Thursday going into the game on Sunday. Let's go out there and beat them Eagles. And of course, like I always say, be kind and have a great day.
Yeah, definitely. My final thoughts for today's show. It's Thursday. The grind is here. But I think that the Lions definitely have a chance in this game. I think that it's going to be interesting to see what happens over the weekend at the trade deadline. I think there's going to be a lot of movement around the league. We'll see what Brad Holmes, if he can, get some good deals and let Disner work his magic with the salary cap going on later on down the line. But I mean, we'll see. I'm not sure what they do. It's one of those close to the vest type deal. They're not showing their hand right now in our front office of what they're going to do at the trade deadline. Keep hearing rumors, but nothing's going on. I don't know. But yeah, that's what I got. Hey, keep grinding it out. It's definitely time to walk over to the Wall of Fame to see who's on that thing today. All right, so we got Detroit Drew. He's a DSA member, you know what I'm saying, and a young father. So, have fun with that baby, my guy. You know what I'm saying? Can't get those days back. Midwest Lion, the Latino Leo, Brian Stover, Bo Gagrius, Justin. Man, we need to crack one open. 10K, Sage Roberts, Sub-Z, Trap City Boys Entertainment, Smoking Jeremy. You know who it is. Jeremy Barrick is definitely on that Bronze Wall of Fame.
What up, dude?
Crystal Wiley, Bubba Bo, John Kepler, Art Allen, The Flintstone. And it's always generous, my man, Jim Bo G, David Anderson. And he's the king of everything because he's what? He is the everything key. He rounds out our bronze members. Silver members, we have Nomus J, Jason Portis, Cap Ice Cold. The Batman of the 313 is shining that signal all over the city. John Martin, we have Mr. Scotty the Bear, baguettes and all that. And then we have Go Lions. And I was so happy to see my man in the meeting yesterday, even though I was in and out. My man, Michael Huck, starts off our gold members. We have Just in the D, Pride 74, Doug Prince 72, Turner C. Burley turned up yesterday in that gold members meeting as well. We have Dominic Davis, Larry McQuiston, the F5, the Tornado is in the building. We have Bob Korowski, Matthew Ferguson, Randall Flag 606. We have Miles Gibbs, and we got the Gridiron Blitz. North End Ken was in the meeting yesterday. Mr. Rough and Raw himself. He wasn't on the road yesterday, so he was at home chilling. And then we have the Doctor, Dr. Detroit. He was in the meeting yesterday because what?
Yes,
he is always in. To become a member of the Wall of Fame, click the Join Now button in the description.
Yeah, this has been a really good show, guys. And like I said, really appreciate each of you guys, man. We get into it sometimes, but I love it. That makes for a good show. All righty, guys. Curt, take us home.
All right. So we got a motivational speak, with the teamwork today. We said teamwork leads you to your goal. And through this, you make the impossible possible. It is the secret behind big success. And that's what we're going to have on Sunday. We're going to get them goals, man. And we're going to get that first win of the season on Sunday, baby. I'm calling it right now. So it's Thursday. If it's Thursday today, what's tomorrow? It's Friday. Then, hey, it's Saturday, Sunday. What free for all Fridays tomorrow? We're going to have some fun. Stop through. You never know who's going to be on the panel. And you know what? It's live, baby. So come over and check it out at 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, because the bat time does not change for Detroit Lions on the Prowl Lunchtime Detroit Lions. So it's always going to be at 11, baby. But it's Thursday. The grind is grinding it out. The grind's going downhill. So go ahead, wipe them crumbs off your mouth, finish your drink, and get back to work, baby. And whatever you do in life, you know what you got to do for your boy Curt Steele. You got to boss up. ball out, and be the best version of you that you can be. For my man Jim and LL, this is Curt Steele, and I will holla at you real soon.